¡Calle, joder! ¡Aparta, aparta! ¡Aparta! ¡Cuidado, cuidado! ¡Cuidado! ¡Sal, sal! ¡Sal, cuidado!
Wreck is a 2007 Spanish film about a news reporter and her cameraman who become part of an infectious outbreak that turns humans into zombie-like cannibals. It is a found footage film and gives the viewer a strong sense of claustrophobia and paranoia. Wreck is as scary and disturbing as it is violent and ghastly. The Exorcism of Emily Rose is a controversial 2005 film about the prosecution of a reverend for the wrongful death of a girl that he performed multiple exorcisms on. The film tackles the issue of mental illness and demonic possession in a very realistic and convincing way, but maintains a terrifying vibe throughout. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer is a 1986 film based on the true life story of serial killer Henry Lee Lucas. After being released from prison for his mother's murder, Henry lives with a fellow criminal and his sister. This movie is not an outright scary film, but more of a slow-paced disturbing window into depravity. The atmosphere and characters provide the viewer with what seems like a very realistic experience, and it is this believability that makes this a truly unsettling picture that will stay with you long after the ending credits.
すごいたくさんいる気がする。待って待って待って待って待って待って待って。
なんか見えんの？
いや見えるわけじゃなくて。すごいたくさん来た。
そう来た？
いやなんかわかんないんだけどね。
もうちょっと本当にもうこういうのやめてよ本当に。なんか見えんの
The Curse is a 2005 Japanese film about a paranormal documentary filmmaker who investigates a demon called the Kaguraba. It is a found footage-style J-horror flick that relies more on disturbing imagery and dread than jump scares and is a very unsettling film. The ending is extremely disturbing and is certainly the scariest part of the film.
C'est qui cet emmerdeur?
Parle mieux, Marie Balfon.
C'est dimanche quand même.
Et alors? Tu te reposes de quoi le dimanche? Hein? Ta semaine à l'usine?
Martyrs is a 2008 French-Canadian film about a girl who seeks revenge on a secret society that once held her captive and her friend that ends up in the wrong place at the wrong time. It is part of a new wave of extreme French films and is extremely violent and disturbing. Martyrs could very well be one of the most brutal films of all time, and to top it all off, is one of the few extremely emotional horror films. The ending of this movie is as bizarre as it is terrifying and plays a pivotal role in this existentialist movie that will leave the viewer left feeling uneasy for quite some time.
¿Dónde estás aún? ¿Quién está ahí?
Shudder is a 2004 type film with a 2008 American remake about a couple who are haunted by a terrifying apparition after hitting a woman with their car. The woman soon realizes that the ghost who she is seeing knew her boyfriend, which ends with a shocking reveal. Shudder is full of scares, both physical and psychological.
Do you mind if I film this? I'm making a little movie about my trip.
The Poughkeepsie Tapes is a 2007 film about the discovery of hundreds of videotapes. The tapes were created by a sadistic serial killer that physically and psychologically tortures, dismembers and murders his victims. While this movie is not a bloody film, it is an extremely disturbing and realistic entry into the found footage genre. The poor quality of the tapes and the fact that you never actually see what the killer looks like are perhaps the most nightmarish qualities this film has to offer. The Shining is a 1980 film about a writer that becomes the caretaker of a hotel for the winter. He brings along his wife and his son, who starts to have disturbing visions. As the film slowly progresses into insanity and delusion, so does the writer. The Shining offers its share of disturbing imagery that is presented in an almost romanticized fashion. It is an extremely well-made and atmospheric film, and it can also create a strong sense of paranoia for whoever is watching it. Ringu and its American remake The Ring are based on the Japanese novel that is simply titled Ring. This story is infamous for causing widespread fear in so many viewers across Japan and the United States. The film is about a cursed videotape that kills any viewer exactly 1 week after watching it. It is filled with nightmarish visions and extremely unsettling images, which is complemented by an unnerving atmosphere. The film will likely cause any viewer to feel dread and paranoia, and it is definitely not a movie to watch by yourself if you've never seen it. Lake Mungo is a 2008 Australian film about a family that is dealing with the loss of their drowned daughter. The family starts experiencing strange paranormal events and contacts with their psychologist that happens to know more about their dead daughter than they initially believe. This film is effectively shot in documentary style, which adds to the believability. It is a slow-burning movie, but delivers its story in such a chilling way that it will stay with a viewer for quite some time. The ending is extremely effective, yet one of, if not the most horrifically terrifying pieces of cinema ever to exist.